Well, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome in. Come on in. It's good to be here today. Hope you had a beautiful weekend. Hope you're having a great day. I know that the app is actually just getting everybody into place and kind of signaling that we are live and telling you guys that we're live. And you know what? While it does that, I think this is a perfect time for us to get into our intro, too. We'll be right back. Oh, well, good morning, everyone. Welcome in. Nice to see you here, fabulous C suite executives. Like I said, I hope you had a beautiful weekend and that you're ready to start our week off. You know, my name is Sonya LaRae. I'm a lifestyle relationship counselor, fashion psychologist, educator, holistic health and wellness consultant, and I'm the president and CEO of LaPaz Image Consultants. We're a full service international luxury agency, and I have the distinct pleasure of working with you fabulous C suite executives, A-listers, entrepreneurs to bring harmony to your ever so busy lives, mind, body, soul, wardrobe, which is totality. And I have to say, it brings me such pleasure to come in every Tuesday and welcome you into our safe space and to have birth such dynamic discussions. So make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you're notified each and every time that I go live. And you know, I'm live every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. So, welcome to another insightful 30-minute discussion. Now, I'm going to tell you that today's discussion may be shorter than 30 minutes because I have a lot on my schedule today, and I have a couple of things that I have to get taken care of here in the studio, in the office, and all. And I have a couple of things that I must be a part of. So I just wanted to let you all know that. But you know, I'm always going to really kind of pour into you. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that. Um, as leaders in the corporate world, we often find ourselves juggling multiple responsibilities. And, we're always we're managing teams, making critical decisions, balancing our personal and our work lives. It's an ongoing saga in our day to day lives as C suite executives, A-listers, high level entrepreneurs. But amidst the chaos of professional life, it's easy to neglect our personal well being. So, let me just say this before we really get into today's discussion. This is kind of like the foundation. Okay. Today is really a foundational talk. I'm going to lean into a couple of points with regarding prioritizing your self care. But next week, I'm going to help you really see how we craft out the routine of self care, working in totality with me, a lifestyle relationship counselor, fashion psychologist, educator, and holistic health and wellness consultant. So today, this is just going to be able to help you to prioritize and explore how you're going to be able to do that and how it's going to enhance not only your personal, but your professional success as well. So, fabulous Lapazians, today's discussion is going to be different, okay? And I like to normally give you your journaling exercises toward the end of the discussion. But because of our time restraint today, I'm going to actually be giving you key points. But right after the key point, I'm going to also give you the exercise with it. So this way, I'm going to really kind of harness our time and use it practically. So I hope you have your notebooks handy. And if you don't, get them now while I'm talking to you so you'll be ready to start jotting your notes, taking your notes down And you always know that after our discussion, you can come back and listen to the replay and put this back into a space and place that you can receive the information and build upon it as we go. Okay? So let's get into our first point. And the first point is that I want to help you to integrate self care into your daily routine. And as busy executives and C suite executives, entrepreneurs, high level executives, and A-listers, our schedules can be overwhelming. But if we dedicate even small pockets of time to self care, can make a significant difference. And this can even involve just starting your day with exercise. Now, I teach my clients, and I'll tell you, and if you've ever worked with me or you've heard me on my lives or you've seen me on my Instagram lives, I break down to you all how important it is for me to have a good, healthy AM routine. My morning routine starts off where I don't wake up and the first thing I do is touch my phone. I don't do that. First thing I do is I tap into how am I feeling? What is going on with Sonya? I'm taking in clean, cleansing breaths, really getting my breathing right, making sure how I'm feeling. I've been battling kind of with the injury to my spine this week. So I've been in a lot of pain in my back, but really channeling that energy and making sure that my core is engaged and that it's warming up my core correctly so I can actually have the better posture that will help in releasing some of that pain. I get my drink of water that is room temperature first thing in the morning, making sure that I'm getting my palate, my stomach, and my metabolism ready. And from there, I start my journey into my day. I do a little journaling. I read some of my spiritual, the text and everything that I'm going to do to build on my spirituality because my intellectual property is important to me. So it's important that you strike or you do short breaks or balancing what is going to be healthy for you in your rise. How we rise is how we start our day. So if you wake up and you're just exhausted and you just are in that mood or don't talk to me, I haven't had my coffee, that means that you have to start being aware of the energy. You have to be aware of what is the toxic energy that is around you, circling you, even from when you go to bed. Is it that you're having that blue light on too close to the moment of you going to sleep, which is not allowing you to go into that circadian rhythm, which is your natural rhythm that allows you to go into that sleep mode and allows you to rise in a healthy way that you feel rejuvenated? So it may mean that you may at nighttime need to put into balance a routine of maybe having a little herbal tea that will rejuvenate and relax you as well. So those are some things that I want you to think about. But let me also give you an exercise, a journaling exercise to really connect this in totality for you. So the journaling exercise I want to give you today is this. I want you to take a moment to reflect on your current daily routine. Now, you may reflect on your current routine and realize you don't have one at all. And that's okay because we're being more cognizant of what we're putting in our day to day. That's why you're working with me. That's why you're coming to your one on one sessions to see how it's going to work. And next week, I'm really going to show you how working with me brings this harmonious and this level into your life. So once you do that, I want you to identify one small self care practice that you can integrate into your schedule each day. So each day, you must be willing to integrate this particular practice into your schedule. So that may mean that the first thing in the morning, I refuse to touch my phone. I'm going to wake up and I'm going to be cognizant of how I feel. What am I doing in this space and place? How much blue light before bed? That's a great question. So, literally, when it comes to blue light, you should be at least a half an hour off before you go to bed. So if you're on your computer up until the time that you go to sleep, that's too long. But you should be off of blue light, off of the television. It should be dark, it should be quiet, it should be cool in your room so you can get a good night's rest. And at least 30 minutes prior to you going to sleep, you should be shutting down all of those outside noises and all the blue light and all the different things that are going to impact on your well rest. So that means that you're going to even identify certain habits that you may have that you need to change, even. So sometimes we need to be cognizant of that as well. So, but in this particular exercise, I want you to identify one small self care practice that you can integrate into your schedule each day. And I want you to write down how you plan to incorporate it and how you expect it to impact your overall well being. Because sometimes we have to be aware of how things are shifting in our lives. A lot of times, as C suite executives, we are constantly in that reactive kind of space and place. But it requires that we sit in a space and place of pausing so we can really connect with how it is really connecting to our heart. See that mind, body, soul connection that we're making. That leads us to our second area and the second key. And I like to give master keys in discussions because those keys allow you to open up the corridors, the hallways, the secret compartments of your hearts and your mind. So the second key point is this: you're going to delegate and prioritize tasks. Now, that sounds easy. I know that sounds easy, but it's not. It's not for a lot of UC suite executives. As leaders, we often feel the need to take on everything ourselves or trying to place everything into that hectic schedule of ours. But did you realize learning to delegate tasks is crucial for maintaining a healthy work life balance? Now, see, many people don't realize the connection there. But literally, when you learn to relegate and delegate, it helps you to free up yourself and your time because time is valuable and it's a high commodity at that. So you got to identify tasks that can be delegated to your team members or outsourced. Maybe you even need to look at hiring now that personal executive assistant. Now, a personal assistant from a professional or an executive assistant is very different. Personal assistants will help you in those tasks that you have in your day to day, even as far as it goes with checking your email, running small errands, getting your lunch, making sure that certain things and certain aspects of your life inside your home are taken care of. Maybe you even have a situation that you have other cares in your home or your family members that need certain things. They can actually even take the child to a piano lesson. As long as they have a clear driver's record, they have a good standing in the family, you know who they are because you've done your vetting. And that's why working with a professional like myself really helps you to put your team together as well. But understanding that outsourcing allows you to focus on high priority responsibilities because that's those little medial things that get us tied up, those little bitty things like it's the trees. You don't see the forest. That's what we get to actually release ourselves from. So by prioritizing tasks effectively, you actually get to create more time for self-care activities. And it also allows you then to reduce your stress levels. Now, how powerful is that? That if you can add this key component into your ritual or your diet, I like to say this is our diet. Our lifestyle is our diet. So just like we're going to have a healthy diet, we're going to put certain elements in our diet, we're going to remove certain elements from our diet. It's the same thing. See, as C suite executives, we always have to be willing to look at things in a bird's eye view. So, literally, if you was like looking into your life, like looking into it, like you notice how I do this with my hands? Because I'm looking into the life spans here. And I'm looking at things that I can actually maneuver and change or even remove from off of my plate that will free me up to be able to have the quality time that I need for self care. Because if you don't take care of yourself, how are you a benefit to anyone else? How are you going to continue to show up in your dynamic way if you're tired, you're overstressed, you're pulled in 92 different directions? They haven't figured out how to clone you yet, so behooves us to get these things into place and get them right. So let me give you an exercise to help you connect to this, okay? Your exercise for this is to reflect on your current workload. And I want you to identify tasks that could be delegated to someone else or to others. Even if it could be delegated inside of your team. Maybe you are the one that sets up the content calendar, but your assistant or maybe your marketing director can actually take over that task. Now, I love being able to go in and create thumbnails. I think it's so much fun. And I love Canva. But I also know that there's times in my schedule that I don't have time to sit and to produce the artwork. But my creative director and my marketing director have time, and that's their position that they can actually go in and create artwork for me. Which in turn, if I decide that I want a certain topic, like next week's topic, I can go in and I can choose from certain things and I can say, yeah, I would like this with this title and put it on to our marquee for our thumbnail and let's get it out here. And you'll get to see it. It'll be placed out there and it connects with you. So in turn, I've learned how to delegate tasks. So with inside of that assignment, I want you to write down a plan for your delegating these tasks and how you're going to do it. And in doing, let me change that. You're going to write down the delegation. Like, what do you want to take off of your plate? Okay. I don't care what it is. It could be something as simple as dry cleaning, dropping off dry cleaning, whatever it is, put it onto in your journal. Reflect on how this is going to help you in your current workload, identify what it is and how you're going to do it. I want you then to realize like how doing this particular action will free up your time and how much time will it give you back. So we're putting time back into your bank. And with that time that we put into your bank, how are you going to utilize it? Is it going to allow you 5 minutes to just turn off all the lights in your office, close your blinds, and just to sit in your chair and just to take 5 minutes of meditation or breathing? Or maybe it's going to take 5 minutes that you're going to be able to sit at your conference table and just have a nice lunch. Or it's going to take 5 minutes, or maybe it's going to give you a half an hour and you can go and get a facial, in your middle of your day. Or maybe you decide that time, you know what, it's going to give me time and I'd like to change my outfit in the middle of the day to give me a new energy, a new look. Whatever it is, that's what I want you to write down. And what would you like to do with the time that it frees you for? So the second key is the delegation. You're going to learn to delegate tasks and take them off of your plate that it gives you and frees you and gives you time back into your schedule. So I think before I give you the last key, right? I always love to do a quick reset. So if anybody just joined us, they can actually be brought up to speed and they can kind of go back, get their notes together. So this way, everything is just so, and they can actually be a part of this beautiful discussion. And this discussion today is really, like I said, the foundation of what next week is going to be. These are self-care strategies for you fabulous C-suite executive, A-listers, high-level entrepreneurs that is going to give you greater success and free your time up, because self-care is not selfish care. So that's why this discussion is so key. But next week, I'm going to give you all the elements and everything that is going to tie this up so neatly of why it's important to work with a person like myself to get all the elements correct and put the harmony into place. So, with that being said, everyone, my name is Sonya LaRae. I'm a lifestyle relationship counselor, fashion psychologist, educator, holistic health and wellness consultant. I work with fabulous C suite executives here at LaPaz Image Consultants. We're a full service luxury international agency that really is pouring into our clients in totality. And we work with you mind, body, soul, and wardrobe. And, I have the great pleasure of really kind of sitting and giving great tips. It's not just that I'm here on, YouTube. I'm also over on Instagram. I would love for you to join me over there because every Thursday I give a fashion psychology tip. So it's something that pours into you a little bit more, builds on your style portfolio, because that's what these discussions are like, building upon your style portfolio. And it's just something that I feel that in this sphere, in this space of where you dynamic C suite executives are, you need to be able to hear that voice and actually have it vibrate at a certain decimal as well. So make sure that you are subscribed to the channel, you hit the bell so you're notified each and every time that I go live. And that's every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and that's 10 a.m. Central Standard Time. So, we get to continue our relationship and build upon it. So, just before the reset, I gave you 2 points, right? I gave you to integrate self care into your daily routine. A good daily routine is a key element to your success. And I know for me, my morning routine sets me up for success for the rest of my day. And I have to tell you, I really have a very hectic day. Not only am I here on a live, I actually have 4 live shows that I do. And I also have my podcast, which you all get to be a part of that. If you haven't subscribed already, we have our YouTube channel here for Whispers in a Bottle. Connect with me there. But if I did not have my morning routine and my routines that are necessary for my life, imagine how I would not be able to show up. Imagine the stress that I would have and how I couldn't even pour into you in the way that I'm doing. The second thing that is the key element to our success is being willing to delegate and prioritize our tasks. So, delegation isn't a sign of weakness. I want you to first commit that to yourself and say that to yourself and remove that burden from your shoulders that it's a sign of weakness, because it's not. It's a sign that you are able to release and allow those elements that do not need to take up your valuable time, that do not need to press upon you and give you more stress. Stress is a killer. Stress is a real killer. And stress also causes depression. And it changes the serotonin levels in your brain as well. So instead of having those good endorphins and everything that makes you feel good, those good hormones, it actually depletes you and has those hormones just kind of go out of sync. And then you start to overeat, you start gaining weight, you start feeling lethargic. It's all the impact that it makes. So delegation is your best friend, which now that we have our 2 keys, it's time for us to get our third master key and the exercise that goes along with that. And some of you all actually may be very good at this third master key, even. That means that you're able to set boundaries and you've learned the power in no. I have to tell you, it's a powerful word. Happens to be one of my favorite words. So, setting boundaries is essential for, protecting your time and your energy. And so many times people say, well, I have to protect my energy. But how are they really doing it? Are they really setting realistic boundaries? Are they really putting that powerful word no in a space and a place that honors their boundaries? See, learning to say no to commitments that don't align with your priorities or contribute to your well being, this could mean even just that if you don't decline unnecessary meetings Or maybe you're not setting limits on your work hours. Maybe you're loitering in your business. You can be a loiterer in your own business because you have not set boundaries and set a good time for you to call it a day. Or maybe it's taking those unnecessary phone calls or answering emails when you shouldn't be answering emails, or because you haven't really delegated it to your assistant. You're not established boundaries around technology, even. So now you're not getting adequate sleep because you're not giving that blue light a rest 30 minutes prior to you going to bed. And some of you may need even 45 minutes, depending on how long it takes you to wind down. So, by saying no to things that drain you, you can actually create space for activities that actually nourish you both personally and professionally. And so many times when I work with you, high level C suite executives, I notice that there's a space and a place that there is kind of like a little gray area. And those gray areas are what we bring into the shades and the colors that actually will allow you to have the harmony. That there's no more this conflict of interest or this impeding feeling of like, well, I just have to. No, we don't just have to. We have to really step in and step upon that beautiful foundation of boundaries and no. It's powerful. So let me give you a powerful exercise to really help you with this. So, which one do I want to give you? It's a couple of them that I use inside of the agency. So I'm just trying to think like which one I want to use with you. Think about your recent commitment or task that you took on out of obligation. Okay, out of obligation rather than genuine interest. So I want you to write down how saying no could have benefited your well being and what boundaries you can set in the future to avoid similar situations. See? See how powerful that is? So I want you to reflect on what did you feel that you had to say yes to where it could have actually been a genuine no, but you kind of tied yourself into it. What did it make you feel like when you did that? And how would you have felt if you really honored yourself by saying no? And what could you have done with that time? See, time is valuable. And that exercise in itself is more dynamic than you really know. And a lot of times when we're in that space and place of growth, there is some pain in there because there can be growing pains. And there is some shifting that needs to be made so we can feel secure in that space as well. There's comfort in discomfort. So it just takes us to relearn things in a different way. So I guess I would say this in closing. Prioritizing self-care is not only essential for your personal well-being, but it's essential for your success as C-suite executives, high-level entrepreneurs, A-listers. It's essential. And by integrating self-care into your daily routine, delegating tasks effectively. Now that's the point. It's got to be effectively. You must be willing to set those boundaries. We actually start to create a more harmonious and fulfilling lifestyle. We get to live in a bounty. And that bounty is good. It's comforting. It knows that you have a set place and time in your life, that you're able to take care of YOU, which in turn will trickle down onto those that are in your sphere. So remember, taking care of yourself is not selfish. It is not a selfish act. It's actually selfless. Because if you take care of yourself, that means that you value yourself. That means that you see your true potential. When was the last time that you really went to the doctor and had a wellness checkup, really got your blood levels, your gases, and everything, seeing what minerals you need or what you're lacking? See, those are things that we have to be in alignment with. It's necessary for us to show up as our best selves in both our professional and personal lives. And some of you all are showing up dynamically only in your professional life, and your lifestyle is suffering. So that's why it's so important for me to come in and have these beautiful discussions, this dialogue with you, showing you how it is to work with me inside of the agency, where you really get to live in totality. And a lot of times when we get to do this, it is so freeing for so many of my clients. And it's so enjoyable for me to help you all to even move and just be able to have that dynamics. Good morning. Nice to see you here today. Nice to have you with us, Fran. Good to have you. So I just appreciate you all being here. I always tell you I enjoy you spending your life seconds with me. This has been a powerful discussion. Like I said, this is the foundation. Next week, we're going to go in and it's going to be elevating your self care, but I'm going to really elevate it to show you how working with me in lifestyle, relationship, wardrobe, holistic health and wellness all can be married together and all can go together in such a beautiful synchronicity, because that's what it's about. So I just love it. I appreciate you all being here. Thank you for spending your time with me. And you know, my name is Sonya LaRae. I'm a lifestyle relationship counselor, fashion psychologist, certified holistic health and wellness consultant. And you know, I'm always looking forward to working with you. If you even have questions or you're ready to book a consultation with me, I always tell you there's a live link in the comments section as well as in the description box. So please feel free to join us or to just, get on my calendar. Sonya is an asset. Oh, thank you. I appreciate that so much, because I get to work with some of you dynamic individuals and I love being able to do this. And I tell you guys, it's no longer work for me. It is really just my passion and my joy. And so I'm so grateful to be able to come in here and spend my life seconds with you as well as you doing that with me. I'm here every Tuesday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Please make sure that you hit the bell so you're notified each and every time that a new discussion is birthed. All right, guys, have a beautiful afternoon. It's great to connect with you. Talk to you soon.